what you give to me. And I'm laughing while we are dancing, 'cause you set my spirit free. And I'm so satisfied when I'm right with you. I'm so satisfied when I'm right with you.
Having spent 2 summers, and whereas it's a fast-paced, the Youth Work summer, but I really wanted to spend more time being on a Mexico pace of life and getting to do what those ministries actually are involved with all year round, and seeing what they do instead of just bringing in a program and working alongside them, but actually being under them and working with their vision.
Even if you were working at a 9-to-5 job and you intentionally lived in a poor community, you still wouldn't have that, obviously the team aspect, and you wouldn't have the dependency of you. Like, we depended on our community to help us figure things out and to help us, like, just our needs were met by them, like not even just like food and that kind of thing, but just like we became part of a family there. And I don't think that that could happen if you were just living somewhere and had a job or something, you know, like.
There's a lot more accountability with the team, and so when we would have struggles or frustrations, you could go with them to the team, and you'd also have people to bounce ideas off of and learn from.
Because if we were doing it individually, no one else was, you'd just be doing it all yourself, and then no one could relate to you because it's something that not a lot of people do, or maybe.
Life raged like a river today. It didn't stop, it didn't sway, rushing past the hills and banks. I couldn't rest, I was swept away.
I did a couple different things. I helped out at an orphanage, and so on Tuesday afternoons I would just go and hang out with mostly just the girls, and we would do homework or play cards or play soccer or do chores, stuff like that. I also helped out at the Site One Church, which was a church service in the morning, which I led Bible study every other week, which I kind of preached, which was something I never thought I would do, in Spanish, and it's a soup kitchen, so we helped serve food, and I led the kids classes as well with a couple of other women. I taught Bible classes to 3rd and 4th grade elementary students. I also helped out at another soup kitchen that was just run for kids on Saturday mornings, and then we had Bible classes and then food afterwards.
One important thing was to go in with an open mind, not having an agenda, and just working alongside the community members instead of
having an idea of what you wanted to do. We just went in with, like, we didn't know what was going on at all, and so that helped us a lot, because then when we went in, we were totally open to whatever the community had in mind in the different ministries and different, like, the schools and stuff, what they wanted.
At first it was hard when we did get into ministry spots to not step on toes and not to take over the way we would want to do it. For instance, youth group, we wanted to lead it the way we've been accustomed to doing it, but just to allow them to see who we are first and to gain trust. And then we got leadership and
throughout
more
the year,
responsibility as the year went on.
I was expecting to be able to work with kids and, like, you know, get involved with some schools or something like that. And I had an idea that I'd probably be like helping out with like worship or something with, you know, music and stuff in churches. But when I first went there, I couldn't speak a lick of Spanish, man, nothing, you know. So I couldn't even if I wanted to be like a preaching, evangelizing Christian, I couldn't be, right? So I just could show love, you know what I mean? And so we'd play and sing songs and stuff, and then there were some guys and I would just like give them a hug.
For the line you've thrown, finding your peace passing, all understanding. That's what you give to me.
We could sit out on our porch and the neighbor kids would walk by and just to have a chat with them. And that's ministry right there. And it's not the stressful, I have to go into the church and work in the office and get curriculum planned and those things that come with full-time ministry and different, you know, a staff position in a church or in a social service agency. But it's just a relaxed just living among the people. And for the first time I realized that truly is a ministry.
It wasn't so great in the beginning, and to see where it ended up by the end of the year, and it wasn't that it was cool, because I didn't know anything about hip hop, didn't know anything about rap, didn't dress cool at all. I'm not a cool guy, but just the fact that I was there and I was consistent, and that I wanted to speak truth to them, I wanted to love on them.
Some of our best interactions with people were just hanging out after church, or at night playing dodgeball with the kids, and
It's just
being,
living there. Like, we just lived.
I'm laughing while we are dancing. You set my spirit free.
I think it would be impossible not to grow, just because it's so completely different, living completely different than I've ever lived before, and so you're just forced into learning new things about yourself and how you deal with things and how you confront things, and just full of new experiences that just force you into growth in so many different aspects, from living on a budget to living in a different country, in a different culture. Obviously makes you grow a lot, and just seeing differences and appreciating your own culture and seeing beauty in other cultures and other people.
Something that I can take away from this experience is that you can't just show up and expect things to click and that relationships to form, and it takes a bit of time. And it was so sad to leave. Like, I don't want to jump around every year, go to a different community. I just want to, plant roots and grow somewhere.
I guess this year, something that God's really been showing me through all that is just being real. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reality, like real, man. Like, just being a real Christian. Like, this year I really kind of got fed up with trying to be fake. I've been, I feel like my thoughts about like community and stuff like that are much stronger, and just, real brotherhood.
And I realized I don't have to be in Africa, and I don't have to be, in a top-notch church as a Christian education director, but just to love is where God calls and is top priorities.
Because I don't think that before I really had like a faith. I never had like an abundant faith or a living faith or something like that. And I think that's definitely something that I will take away, something that I gained this year.
I'm really excited about the fact that I know these people and that I can introduce all the staff that I get to work with and serve this summer, that I can introduce them to my friends there, and I feel like it'll give them a hand into those communities, and really focus on the community aspect of YouthWorks, which I think is growing more and more each year and more as